Hello everyone, hope everyone's doing great today, and we appreciate the one or two you'll be watching this video. Hopefully you find it entertaining, and hopefully will help you decide whether or not you would like to watch today's show, which we're going to be talking about The Legend of the White Snake. You can find this on Netflix. It's a Chinese drama, and if you're new to the channel, what we usually do, we do reviews on movies or books. Sometimes we'll do something on a video game and anime as well. And it usually covers stuff like science fiction or fantasy type of shows or literature. But every once in a while we'll go into something a little different. And I also like time movies that deal with timepieces. A movie about maybe like the 18th, 19th century, that kind of stuff as well. So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about The Legend of the White Snake. Now, this is a TV show that I didn't know that I needed to watch. It's kind of like a fantasy / medical show, which is interesting in itself. As somebody who doesn't like medical dramas, stay away from those kind of shows. I kind of found this one kind of interesting, as this was kind of deals with about 90% of these episodes deal with some kind of illness, and then they have to find a herb to supposedly solve heal the person who is sick, or the people who are sick. I have no idea if what they say about these herbs are true or not. I just go with the flow, and the show is very very entertaining. It is basically about a demon. I say demon in quotes because when I think of demon, I think of something that's pure evil. But these demons that are in this show can be good or bad, but I guess like 99% of them are evil kind of thing. Anyways, it's about a demon who is in the heavens, and they want to know what it is like to be as a human. So one of the gods sent them down, allowed them to come down to earth to intermingle with the people, because this god knows that this particular demon is not really evil. And so she's here on hanging out with the mortals, so she can learn more about what it is like to be human, and to kind of grow as I guess as a demon or something. And now the demon, the reason it says The Legend of the White Snake is because the spirit of this demon is a snake, a white snake, of course, but she can take the form of a human. So in a way, this show has like a low-key bestiality kind of to it, as her spirit is a snake, but her physical appearance is a human, and she falls in love with a doctor. And as a team, they kind of go around helping people, like I said, medically, and every once in a while there'll be some kind of strange phenomenon that happen, and she'll have to go and get some mystical plant or something. But it works out very well. So if you're somebody who likes medical dramas, you'll like this. And if you're somebody who likes fantasy, you'll like this, because they kind of intertwine with each other and they make a very good, appealing story. The visual effects is very good on this show, especially it's kind of like a TV series. So they're going to get like your top-notch CGI. And so at some points it kind of hinders, but a lot of points of this show, it really excels greatly. And what this show really touches on is a few things. I'll just catch the main points. Touches on prejudice. Prejudices is something that's really key on this, as demons are these very hated creatures, and they got every right to be hated for people to hate them, because, like I said, 99% of them are out there trying to kill humans, eat them. Just because the idea of a demon, I should say, is to cultivate and to become better, to get more power, kind of thing, and to skip the process of doing it naturally. You get to eat humans and get their spirits, and that makes you cultivate more, I guess, get more power, be able to evolve faster, and then doing it naturally. So this show does have this natural, this theme of like the natural order of things and trying to cheat the natural order of things. And we see this with the character and herself. as when she was a demon snake kind of thing, she did things naturally. She's like 1,000 years old, and so she has like a lot of power, and she did this all through nature and the way that you're supposed to do things. But there are times when during this show where we see her cheating the nature of how things should be. She does this for the most part. When she does this cheating stuff, it is very it's not causing ill or trouble for other people or anything like that. She causes a lot of trouble for the gods and stuff, but when it comes to like the humans themselves, she does everything she can to avoid hurting the humans. But we see how through this series how she's willing to bend how the natural orders of things should be in order to save those that she loves. And so when it comes to the end, it really well, I'm not going to get to the end. I'll do that when I say there's spoilers, but that's kind of how this this show goes. You also have like mysteries and stuff. We find that the doctor's family has a bad history with a prominent political figure, and so that's one of the themes to this, or subjects or topics that they have going through here is, this public figure, you start to feel threatened by this doctor, and so you got the clash, like why they don't like it, why does this political figure doesn't like the doctor, and so you get kind of in that kind of mystery, and that doesn't have anything to do with like medicine or anything. That's probably like the one political part of this. And then one thing I've also learned by watching these Chinese shows is if you have a Chinese woman who likes you, try not to burn her because she'll get revenge. She's like, and she'll make your life a living hell, you and the girl you love. It seems like every Chinese show I've watched is like this. You have a Chinese girl likes a guy, the guy rejects her, chooses somebody else, and then this girl goes around making life miserable. So you have that. Also through the story, you have like multiple villains, so that's like another kind of villain, but it's not the main villain. The main villain kind of rises again on this subject of prejudices and hatred, and it's a demon. So that's kind of like the main villain in this, and it's kind of like how these prejudices that people have can cause evil, can make you do evil stuff, and your influence of not liking a particular group or stuff like that can actually influence those who are around you and make them have a hatred for other people as well. And we kind of see this in this show, and it does this prejudice very well. It's not preachy like you'll see, like some shows will be real preachy about the prejudice and stuff. You see these prejudices, and it's kind of like a natural thing, and it's just it's very well intertwined in the story. So I think that has a very good theme. And then, like I said, the other theme of this is the natural order of how things should be. And so I think it makes a very good story. And what I like about it a lot is you got this story between this doctor and this demon or this woman, and how they're working together to help other people in their lives and stuff. And now you would think like it would be something that kind of builds, like these doctors, like they're both doctors, because she's really knowledgeable in herbs and how to help people as well, because she gets like 1,000 years experience into something that she was learning while she was cultivating. I think they use the word cultivate, but as she was growing as a spirit and stuff to become better. So I kind of like that aspect of these two helping other people. And like I said, it does have like a very, very low-key bestiality kind of thing. Because really she's a snake, but she's in a human form, and they get married and stuff like that. That's a small spoiler there. Supporting cast is really good. I like the supporting characters they have. You have another demon who's like half her age, and she's kind of rebellious and rambunctious. She's kind of like a teenager type of person. and she's kind of taking her under her wing and trying to help her realize that you shouldn't be going around hurting people and stuff like that. And then you get more into his family, and then the villains are very interesting. The monk is one character I really hate the monk a lot. A lot of the trouble comes from the monk, as you'll find out in this. And it seems like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he just gets like a lot of slap on the wrist kind of thing, and he needs to be, like, his punishment to me needs to be a lot worse than what he gets throughout this series. So, like, he'll do something wrong and it'll be like no big deal when a lot of his actions are what's causing the trouble of everything. Yep. So I would highly recommend this if you're into a romance story. You got your heavy dose of romance. You're looking for mystery. You got your mystery. Looking for a great fantasy action. You get that as well in this. It covers about everything that you would love. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. So now we're going to talk about, so that's my review. I'm going to talk about a little bit of spoilers here, especially dealing with Game of Thrones and the ending of Game of Thrones with the ending of this show, The Legend of the White Snake, and how Legend of the White Snake gets it right on how to end this, and how Game of Thrones with Daenerys does it wrong. So that's the review. Now I'm going to go into spoilers. So if you don't want to know how this movie ends, I would stop it right now. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to get into the spoilers about the ending of this show. So the Legend of White Snake does it right on how to make a good person turn bad. And how Game of Thrones with Daenerys' character at the end, how they got it wrong. As you see, if you've seen Game of Thrones, Daenerys at the end, she ends up burning down the whole city, and she just starts massacring a bunch of innocent people. And what's wrong with this is basically throughout the whole series and all the seasons, you never see Daenerys take action against innocents in that way. She's always trying to help people, and she's able to distinguish what's good, like the evil rulers from like the common people kind of stuff. So when she's at the end, she takes her dragon and she starts burning the whole city down, killing these innocent peoples. It just doesn't make sense. It's kind of like it's out of her character. The whole time we've been able to see her focus on who is actually causing the damage. So she would never, her character, kill all these innocent people. She would have directed all her anger right at Queen Cersei. Well, in this one, The Legend of the White Snake, at the end, she becomes evil. She starts to, she basically she causes a big flood. She kills like thousands of innocent people. Or at least, I would imagine it's thousands of people. You got a flood that goes through the whole city, and there's a lot of people in this city. It never really says how many people, just that she kills a lot. But as we see through this series, as her great love that she has for her husband, and how she's willing to bend or break the natural order of things to save his life, or to make his life better, or even to come with him, she has to, break the rules between the relationship between a demon and a human, and she has to give up a great sacrifice for this to happen. And so throughout the series, we see her doing these things for her husband to save his life. She's going to the gods, stealing stuff from the gods to, cure him and stuff like this. And so at the end, when you see that he is, he's willing to sacrifice himself, but she doesn't know that. And when she does find it, she doesn't care because she loves her husband so much. She's willing to do whatever it takes to save his life. And we got the monk, who I can't stand, standing in her way because the monk has talked the husband into sacrificing himself in order to kill this mind demon, which the monk caused in the first place. And so she basically tells the monk if she doesn't let her husband go, she's going to start flooding the area and killing a lot of people. She gives this monk this ultimatum. You either do what I say, or let my husband go so he can live, or I'm going to kill these people. So as we see, like I said, we see throughout the series that she's willing to do whatever she can to save her husband. So And when the monk is standing in her way and she can't defeat the monk to do it, she has to resort to a alternative, more powerful way to save his life. And so she ends up killing all these people, and then the gods interfere. And I guess one thing I should have mentioned in the review was that the idea that, you know, she accepts the punishment, and she knows she deserves to be punished at the end for what she's did. And so that's basically, you know, the difference is that through the Legend of the White Snake, they showed just how far this woman will go to save her husband. Yeah, you know, bit by bit. You know, all the other times nobody else was hurt, but you know, but at the end, when it was desperate, when she got desperate, she was willing to sacrifice everything to save her husband, even her freedom. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen the show, it does have a happy ending. She does get punished heavily for what she did. However, you know, and she does get released, and she does get to be reunited with her husband, and we see that she gets reunited with her child as well. The ending could have been better. It was kind of like, it was a happy ending, but it could have been a lot better. I would rather have seen at the end that they've been working back in the clinic with each other, and maybe having a dinner with their son. And that would have been to me, that would have been the perfect ending. And then her son getting married to, I guess, his cousin, which is kind of weird, kind of a little incest there, but it does hint heavily that those two would be married at one point. So yeah, so that's the video. A little long. Hope everybody enjoy it. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted. Have a great day, and until next time, bye.